made some cupcakes to share with you. The rabbit really liked them and ate them up. Let's see how to make them. We start with the rabbit's head. First, we make a little gum paste ball, 1¼ to 1½ inch diameter. If you press well, the cracks that may have remained in the paste will disappear. Once we have the sphere, we thin it a little into a pear shape by working downwards with the palms of our hands. And we push it down a stick. We thin out again, round the stick, so that the head attaches firmly. Once it's done, we'll insert it in the styrofoam base. Once we have the head, we're going to make a ball, approximately ½ inch in diameter, for the little snout. In the middle, we're going to run our finger to make it thinner. We flatten both of the tiny sides, and once it's all flattened, we dampen with a little water. This is also gum paste. We hold it and attach it. When it's already attached, we face it, and with a ball tool, we mark the place for the nose. With the same ball tool, we push down. We take the little ball downwards, and that's how we get the mouth. We get a little bit upwards to shape the upper lip, and we push down at the sides to make a smile. When the face is done, we leave it to dry for 24 hours before painting the eyes. With the 000 brush and black coloring, well diluted in water, we draw the eye contour. And we also make some little eyelashes. We use blue coloring, also diluted in water, and a slightly thicker brush to paint the iris, also in the shape of a water drop. We use a bit more coloring, thoroughly diluted, and we make it lighter with a cotton swab so as to give him a brighter look. We use black coloring again and paint the pupil in the shape of a little drop. With the 000 brush and white coloring, we'll apply a little rounding touch, again to make the eye more brilliant, and we use a tiny oval in gum paste for the nose. Right, once the rabbit's head is dry, and to make the body, we're going to make a cupcake with chocolate chips, that is, a bigger one, and some smaller ones, as many as you need. Now we're going to make the clothes. We'll need rolled out fondant. We'll cut a circle with a cutter if you have one, or you can use the scissors. We turn it, dampen with a little water, and place it on top of the cupcake. Now we take it in our hand, and we have to keep pressing softly on the top part, which is going to be the place for the rabbit's shirt. With your hands, you press it really down. Some of the chocolate chips will lose shape, but that will be more fun. For the trousers, we roll out white fondant, a rectangle, and also a turquoise gum paste rectangle. Here we have the white rolled fondant, and we're going to roll out turquoise gum paste. With a strip cutter, we cut out some strips. What we do now is to put a little water on the back of the strip, and we position it on the white part, leaving just a narrow gap between the strips. Here we have a scallop cutter, and we're going to place it on the top part. We cut and remove the excess fondant. We use a scalpel, and from the start of one of the scallop shapes, we leave out two, and at the beginning of the next one, we cut. And we also cut at the bottom. Once this is done, we'll go all around the trousers, bit by bit. This one is too long, so we'll trim it a bit. Now we're going to get the frosting. There's no need to have it tip in the bag. We'll place it over the borders of the cupcake. This way. You'll be making as many scalloped edges as you need to go round the trousers. When we finish making the trousers, we're ready to place the rabbit's head in the center. For the neck, we're going to make a little ball with turquoise paste, which we're going to flatten in the center and slide it over as if it were a roll. And we'll make some marks with a modeling knife, leaving a tiny gap in between so as to make it look like a little polo neck sweater. When all the strips are marked, we lift the head, put it in the middle, and push it down again, way down, so it stays firmly with a nicely rounded shape. Once the trousers are quite in place, we'll make a gum paste band in turquoise color to make the suspenders. Straight straps at the front and crossed at the back. Now we'll add some little buttons. We make a turquoise little ball. We press it down with a modeling tool. And we add another one in white paste. With this pointed modeling tool, we'll make the buttonholes, 2 or 3 as you wish. After we've done that, we're going to put on the shoes. We make a small ball out of gum paste, 1 to 1 1/4 inches wide, and give it a pear shape by working backwards from the center. Sliding our finger and pressing this bit. We dampen with water, or we can also stick it with icing. I'm going to turn it a little bit to show the front. We position and press. And then we can decorate the little shoes with tiny turquoise gum paste strips. For instance, we can place 1 at the front and 2 at the sides. We place a toothpick to hold the hands. Then we take a little white gum paste ball and thin it with our finger into a tiny pear shape. We flatten the lower bit with our hand as if we were shaping a tear, thinner at the edges. We cut a bit of gum paste into a V shape, see, which will be this part of the fingers. We make it thinner a little bit, not too much because he's wearing a glove. And we make 2 more cuts. Vertically. We separate them and thin out a bit by rotating the little ends. Then we join them and put them into the position we like best. When it's ready, we'll place it as if he were holding his suspender. And this is where you can then place a birthday candle. We're going to roll out a turquoise gum-based rectangle. We take it inwards, this will be the cup, and we roll it over again. Now we place it around the head. I'll turn it around a bit. Because you need to make some pleats at the back, towards the center. I'll turn it around now. And with the small scissors, you can cut out the excess paste. We cut the 2 tiny paste bits at the same time. You have to stick them firmly on the head. With the same paste, we make a little top button to look like a pom-pom. For the little ears, we'll cut out 2 white and 2 pink tear shapes for each one. I'll show you one. We just moisten, superimpose, and with the small rolling pin, we roll out both paste bits at the same time. What we're doing now, we put a little water on the cap. Notice the cap has always to be in place before we can stick the ear. And then you put it in the position you like. And you let it dry. We'll complete the rabbit decoration with a few little stars to simulate buttons. For the smaller ones, we'll roll out light blue fondant and we'll make the wrappers with the same scallop edging we use for the trousers. Also, on the top, we'll decorate with frosting and little color stars. I hope you've liked it. See you soon.